Today on Gibbles and Bits, it's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. And what would St. Patrick's Day be without corned beef? Today we're making a classic, corned beef and cabbage with red potatoes. There's a few ways to make corned beef. Today, I'm using the crock pot. At your store, you can buy already brined corned beef. With the convenience, preparing it is a snap. So for me, what I'm gonna do is real simple. Open your package. You want to dump the juice, the meat, everything into the crock pot. And then you want your fat side up. Most of the juices that came with are going to bring, you want to bring a little water to the party. You want to add just enough water to cover your corned beef. Shouldn't take much. Now in these pre-made things comes a little seasoning packet. What you got in here is you got mustard seed, peppercorn, bay leaf, some other stuff, tarragon seed. But after you put your water in, you want to add this seasoning packet to the party. We got our corned beef in the pot with our seasoning packet. Now it's time to cook. This is a 4-pound brisket and it's probably going to take about 6.5 to 7 hours to cook. I'm going to start it on high until it comes up to temp, then I'm going to turn it to low and let it become delicious. About an hour out from your corned beef being done, you got to start the other parts, the potatoes and the cabbage. Now what you want to do with your potatoes is you want all the pieces as even as possible. And to do that, if they're, just want to give them a cut, and if it's a big potato, cut it more, and if it's a little potato, cut it less. So this big guy, you're going to have to cut more than you are this little dude. Just give him a cut, and then, ta-da, you want to bring one of your biggest pots to a boil, and to that water you're going to add some salt. Probably about 2 teaspoons. And then of course, no meal is complete without garlic. If you got whole cloves, add those. I'd say add probably 6 to 10 cloves of garlic. Once your water comes to a boil, it's time to add your potatoes. Cabbage. Easiest way to dice this up, cut it in half. And then after that, take your core out of the middle. Just make a V. Pop that core out. Cut it in half to where, again, so that'd be a quarter. And then depending on how you like your cabbage is how you want to cut it. I like big chunks in mine. So I'm just going to take and chop down one way and give it one chop the other direction. You're going to have nice big pieces of cabbage floating around your corned beef. And just do it again. You just want to break up your cabbage. When your potatoes are about halfway done, it's time to add your cabbage. Dump it right into the same pot that your potatoes are in. You're going to let that cook for probably about 10 minutes. It's time to extract our corned beef. You want to move the meat onto a cutting board. It's going to be super tender and very hot. Alright, you're going to want to skim the stuff off the top and just get rid of it. All that is just coagulated fat and blood. Because you want to keep this liquid, because that's going in your pot too, because this is full of flavor. So you just want to dump this into your pot and do your best to keep some of the solids out. But it doesn't have to be perfect. a couple ways you can go about this. You can keep it like this and just slice it, or you can put it into chunks and put it back in your pot. That's what I'm doing. To me, that's the best way. So all you're going to do, it's going to take nothing at all because it's going to be super tender. You're just going to cut it up into chunks. I like to keep the chunks kind of big. Pretty much just falls apart. And then straight into the pot. You just mix it all together, incorporate it. As soon as your potatoes and cabbage have softened up, it's time to eat. My drink is empty and my corned beef is done. The way I finish it off is you add a little bit of butter and a little bit of pepper, and you got yourself a delicious corned beef and cabbage stew. So I leave you with this. Have a great St. Patrick's Day, and an even better meal, and I will see you next time on Gibbles and Bits.